Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be map number 2, starting very, very shortly. It's great to have you guys all on board and watching, but this is looking a bit peculiarly odd as viewership is not what I had initially predicted it would be. I'm not sure if something's right with CSGO Lounge or not, but we're about to dive into the knife round, and excuse me. That should be just about that, so... Right. Hang on. It's a little bit weird. Hang on. Right. So... Now that we're diving into map number 2, I'd like to go ahead and give a few obligational shout-outs to all of our broadcast partners and sponsors. That would be csgolounge.com, twitch.tv... hltv.org, and last but not least, g2a.com. Looks like there's no score reset at the top of GoTV. This is not looking good. Well, this is already looking a little bit awkward. I have no clue why it says 16-0 at the top of my screen, but I hope it's not a prediction for this. This is looking a little bit odd already. Alright, so I guess we'll have to go ahead and ignore what's at the top of the screen and just kind of power through it. Right, so if there should be a third map to be played, that would be Dust 2, and, well, map 2 is going to be kind of a new start for NXL, so maybe they'll be able to do something with this. And it's already looking quite favorable to their side of the exchanges. June going to bring it back, however, with a nice refrag onto Roseo. At Forklift, we're going to be having Banteng there, I believe, unless maybe it's one of their sub-players or something like that. June coming in again, getting that jumping shot. Back to 2 versus 2. It's like, you know, now a little bit of hesitation here, but finally Bentet does get the shot that he's looking for. And now Forged seals the deal. Team NXL says we're giving it our best now. So nicely done by our Jakarta Juggernauts. And with that being said, I feel like I'm trying to theorize what had happened at the beginning of Mirage. Yeah, basically they came. They encountered a huge losing streak, and then eventually I think what they did was they just decided to throw strategy out the window and just focus on trading however they could, and it just didn't come together for them. So they're hoping to come back here on the second map, and it looks like they may just do that. But it's been 1-for-1 in the trades thus far, with only upgraded pistols and armor coming in from the force buy here on ZZCY. And looks like Ivy's managed to get a nice frag into that as well. It's still 3 versus 3. Bomb can and will be planted. Trip coming in through vents. Now it's 3 versus 2. Could this potentially be turned around completely? And looks like maybe Eat comes in, gets himself a double kill, and actually a triple before the end of this. And now that is a little bit, I don't know. It feels very peculiar. Excuse me. So now here we go. Gonna be having 3 rifles and a couple SMGs coming out from Team Trip. Meanwhile, it's gonna be 4 upgraded pistols and a single Galil coming out from Team NXL. Not impossible, but certainly a little bit difficult. One for one in the trades thus far, and they are now dogpiling into bomb site A, staying on top of the trades very nicely. But Ivy manages to make it out a little bit ahead for his team. Critical part here, I think, is actually Roseo going down just now because he had the Galil on his person. But there is an MP7. Now it's 1 versus 1. Low HP, but poor timing is now we see Outlet come in for the cleanup. And although it's an expensive one, it's going to be a win. That's the important part. And Team NXL should, yeah. Could have enough for upgraded pistols here, but not so sure about that. Alright, so checking out the setup right now. I do apologize. I had to send a message to my boss. Right, June getting a nice shot through the smoke to finish off what he starts against Swafong. And Frost Misty trying to Huan Dig on top mid. Altogether they've done enough damage to take down one player, but it's still technically speaking 5 versus 4. They don't have firepower advantage, but now they've brought it back to 4-4. And again, I don't know what's going here for them in their favor. Maybe a slight HP advantage. I'm not doing very good math right now, and that's going to be 1-for-1 in the trade, so maybe we'll be seeing NXL bring it back. Oh my god, Roseo with the Juan Digs. Now bomb site A, it almost completely belongs to them. Unfortunately, the only thing stopping them right now is June on, oh my god, the flank. Not the flank, but what I mean to say is June on white car, but they now know where June is, so this should be a no-brainer. Go to bomb site B. And right there, we're going to be having Frost Misty kind of yanking at that guy's chain. Oh my god, 11 HP, just 1 bullet from either side will take them down, and that's going to be from Frost Misty. Nicely done. Bit more of a majestic play now coming in from Team NXL. And they have a definitive cash advantage here. Hang on just a moment while I correct something on stream. Apologies. Sorry about that. I feel like I made a pretty big mistake here, but yeah, here we go. Alright, so looks like luckily no one has died just yet. And checking out the default coming in from Team NXL, they're taking this quite well paced, given that it's actually they're up against a team that's on a pistol round. I mean, typically you'd be thinking in this position, well, we're going up against pistols, guys. Why do we need to be careful? Because typically what you do on a pistol round like this, an eco round rather, from the perspective of the CT side of things, is you would try to capitalize on, how do I say this, positioning, perhaps even nearly unviable manpower in some locations, but holy well, I mean, Outlet here, he might be able to pull off the impossible. If he gets an ace, it's going to be nothing short of exciting, to be honest. He should know that the bomb is at mid, but why is he looking in the checkers? Highly unlikely that one of the last 2 players there, well, he's revealed his position, and he's going to drop that location immediately. One split there. Basically kind of obvious that he was in checkers, and now this is going to force him to take the long rotation into bomb site A. We should be seeing, you know, Bentet picking up on this. Just, you know, textbook the way it should have been. hashtag simple CSGO things. They heard him drop down in vents, and that could mean like the fastest way to get to bomb site A from there was basically for him to just run straight through B, then through mid, and that's where we saw Bentet catch him off. So nicely done by Team NXL. This is perhaps a pretty big morale booster to their gameplay on map 2 after what was a 16-0 defeat on map 1. Position-wise right now, I mean, it feels as though there's a very strong play for bomb site B coming in from Team ZZC. I'm sorry, not Team ZZCY, Team NXL. It just feels like there's not a full-blown commitment going to it just yet. That's the only problem. And there's a slight deficiency, only one slight deficiency, that's it. That's going to be Trip. I feel like there's something wrong with the frame rate that we have right now, but I'll get to that after this round. So that's Trip doing quite nicely, bringing it back to 4-3 in favor of his team. But the firepower advantage is not quite on hand just yet from our CT side. What I mean to say is, okay, there we go. We got an M4 picked up now. Just about there. Just about there. Trips on quad, while the rest of the team is, while Team NXL is going to be making that B main execute. Going to be having Swalfeng checking both corners while going through A main. And the positioning of this actually works out in their favor. The question is, can they actually get Trip? They can. A little bit of friendly fire was in there, but Ivy's coming back around the corner. Going to take down 1.5 targets. Now the last two T's are essentially one shot, one bullet. As long as it connects with center mass, no wall banging or anything like that, then it'll take them down. But the thing is, both of those terrorists have AK-47s, and that's Ivy shooting what he needs to shoot. Swalfeng last man standing, and that's a 7-second defuse now, at least what's left in terms of time. And just says, all right, well, we got the bomb plant. If I stay alive, then I get money, regardless of whether I live or die. So, you know, Swalfeng able to capitalize on a seldom seen situation. Let me go ahead and check and see what's up with my XSplit. Not sure what this is all about. Ah, here's the problem. Okay, I got the video preview going on the dashboard. That's why. Yeah, eats up a little bit of frames per second, guys. For those of you who are new Twitch streamers and you don't know mysteriously why you're giving up a few more FPS, it's simply due to the fact that you might have had the preview dashboard going on the same computer that you used to stream from. Right. So, back to 3 versus 3. Already looking a lot like it. This has been one round for Team NXL, one round for ZZCY, and back and forth, everything else in between. I don't think we've seen a single team win 2 rounds in a row just yet, but that's probably about to change with ZZCY getting a couple of opening frags here. Forged able to spot one player on forklift, and that might be Ivy in an uncomfortable position. He gets immediately encroached upon, if I read that correctly. But now it's 2 versus 2, as we do have the trade go in favor of Frost Misty at mid, but he's about to be refragged. Yeah. Well, last player standing is going to be Forged, and oh no, he's about to get caught. Oh boy, 1 HP. 1,000 lies and a good surprise. He'll hit him right between the eyes. That is... Oh no. That's one of those moments that kind of just makes you... I don't know what to say. You grit your teeth and you look at this and you're just like, I just hope he doesn't die, you know, if you're his teammate. But that's 2 rounds in a row now from ZZCY, and both of them being bomb plants. It's still not enough for a full buy coming in from the terrorist side. I could see maybe Tech 9 armor rush into bomb site B or bomb site A, get the bomb plant down, see if they can win off the back of that round. Might work for them, but I don't see that as something that's going to be the end-all be-all of this round. They do, in fact, go for a full buy. Ivy, he's being encroached upon right now. Swalfeng should know where he is, and there might be some reinforcement here very shortly. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that completely. Yeah, Trip, he comes in from A main and actually shuts down Bentet, so a very nice flank coming in. And now, that's it. They're pouring into bomb site A. They realize that this is a match on a limited fuse. However, they pour into bomb site B, and they got it for the most part. Roseo getting his double kill, however. With Trip unable to stay on top of the trade, that actually hurts Team ZZCY, but it's now 1 versus 2. Eat at 6 HP. They know where he's at right now, too, so. I'd probably be a little bit more persistent with that wallbang spot and Eat's position, but I'm probably only saying that because I have caster vision. So looks like we're gonna have round 8 going to Team NXL, and checking out things money-wise, just add 1,400 to everything you see here for the CT side. It's not gonna be an amazing buy next round. It could be something of a force buy, but you know, force buys are never a pretty situation to be in. Five AK-47s going up against 2 rifles, an SMG, and 2 upgraded pistols. You know, it's better than nothing if you're in Team ZZCY situation right now, but that costed them everything. This is the last quarter they're putting in the machine of that arcade stand game that they want to play. Well, first frag goes in favor of Frost Misty, and I mean, that's the M4 already lost on the team. But Ivy manages to trade it up, which is pretty okay. The UMP can be borderline rifle powerful. That's going to be BN Tet. That's going to be Eat getting another refrag, but Swafon coming back in as well. Eat getting the double kill, looking for the triple, is going to find it, but can he hold down the Alamo? It's Forged against him. He's got the AK-47. Forged saw the shadow. That's all he needed. And he made the headshot. I'm sorry, he made the triple tap happen. Oh. Store.teamnxl.com. Nice little inadvertent advertising feature. I guess for those of you who are in Indonesia, you guys can go to that store and do some shopping for your favorite team. Right. So up mid here, we're going to be having Forged getting boosted. No, I'm sorry, that's Bentet getting boosted. Swafong's already in mid. And this is all upgraded pistols this round for Team ZZCY. That was a bit of an expensive win for Team NXL last round, but on the whole, their position is far, far, far better than that of Team ZZCY's. But to the point that we see them, you know, trying to get a little bit cheeky with their tactics. Of course, we have a long rotate flank coming in from Trip. However, from Heaven, it's going to be Ivy Q-Pad taking down... I'm sorry, Ivy taking down Roseo. Eat getting one to his name. What on earth? This flank actually might do some damage here from Trip, but as I say, that there's a double kill in all of this, and he simply goes in wildly flailing and shooting. He did not stay calm and aim. Well, I mean, I could only go one way after Trip's flank didn't go the way they wanted it to. Excuse me. Trying to hold back a sneeze. Right. So, for those of you just now tuning in, if you are interested in winning a factory new knife skin, you guys may do so by entering the giveaway that you see at the bottom of this twitch.tv stream window. It should be below the twitch.tv stream window, not at the bottom. But that's going to be Eat getting the first frag, looking for the second, but is immediately refragged after revealing his position. June, what is happening? Alright, Roseo is going to be cutting in through Highway. This is actually a very critical play because now it's 3 versus 4 at this location, and we're going to be having the terrorist just pouring through this. However, somehow, Ivy makes the double kill. And it's now 1 versus 2 after Bentet manages to get a trade, but even with the lineup, Bentet is unable to take down both of the remaining CTs. I was almost convinced that was going to go terrorist side, but it just felt like there was some kind of a misplay, and I don't have an instant replay to really put it into perspective. I mean that the Molotov went into quad just as it was supposed to, and I guess what happened there was Team ZZCY, they were just being patient. They were playing patiently, and I don't know. The overpeaks just went in their advantage, really. One of those weird situations. But the critical thing there is that Ivy was able to make a double kill happen. Really. If Ivy was traded, then it might have been a different story. Would have probably gone down to 2 versus 2. But Ivy was able to get away with that double kill without even being killed, if I recall correctly. So, it's just one of those things. 5v6, NXL is on upgraded pistols right now, and looks like Ivy's looking for another potential double kill. On a different spot with quad this time around, there's no frags, no, oh boy, but Trip had, oh my god, Trip! Gets himself a double kill after spraying onto these guys, but it's going to be now, it looks like Eat coming in, looking for more. 6 HP, and that's going to be June hunting down a Wabbit by the name of Bentet. Well, they got enough for something of a buy. In fact, they could afford 5 AKs with armor, technically speaking, if Team NXL wanted to, but there'd be a huge lack of utilities, and it looks like they're just going to go with that. Respectable choice. Entirely respectable choice. So here we go. It's going to be Swalfong going in, and that's a trade 1-for-1 after Bentet falls, but he's got to look to his left. He just now sees it. He's going to get the double kill, even if it does cost him about 72 HP. June at 7 HP himself. That's going to be Outlet getting a refrag very nicely done. He does bring it back to 3 versus 2. Critical play coming in from ZZCY, but at the same... So, I mean, what this does now is if we see June feeling up to the task, he can play the worm on the hook, and he did just get shot at. He knows that there's something coming at them towards bomb site B, and that's kind of sort of prompting a rotate from Ivy here. Ivy's thinking, you know, maybe I should show a little bit more restraint, but the play is live now at bomb site B. Checkers, it's going to be Outlet getting 1 and 2. There was a brief moment where Ivy was rotating, but they said stay there just in case. Then Outlet, they said stay calm and let Outlet handle the problem. This is looking like a straight up rush coming in from Team NXL. Now that they're on upgraded pistols, they've got to take advantage of it. And there's going to be a huge mauling flank coming in from Eat. Gets away with a double kill. Ivy 1 to his own name. Bentek gets a refrag on Ivy, but Trip looks like he's going to have a double kill all to his own, just like Eat will. And this is not a good way to take the... Well, I guess you'd say last round of the first half. It's a better condition than any other, I guess you could say. But right now, what's happening here is Team ZZCY has already won the first half, technically speaking. They've already reached 8 rounds. So Team NXL is on 6 rounds, and at best they could stand to get 7. Maybe we'll be seeing Team ZZCY getting to 9 by the end of the first half. This is a pretty heavy A stack coming in. It's a little bit slow-ish. Did I see that right? I mean, coming from Team NXL, but the flank from Trip, he just doesn't stop. 100 HP, no punishment to him whatsoever. And he didn't know any better because it was basically an AK-47. He didn't turn around, but the entry has been made. And I don't mean to say Trip didn't know any better, but the enemy team didn't know any better. That's to say Terracite didn't know any better. Ivy gonna get that one, and oh no! That one moment where the bomb plant didn't go down, where it was faked and then dropped. That may have just costed them that 9th round of the first half, but Team NXL, they still have, you know, a chance going back into this on CT side. This is of course one of those CT sided maps, if even just slightly. Defender's advantage. The main thing is how do I say this? there's not so much ease of access on this map like there is on Dust 2, for example. What I mean to say is, if you want to get from bomb site A to bomb site B, you've got quite a few different choices, but on Dust 2 anyway. But let's stop about that. We're on this map, for example. If you want to go from an A to B rotate, you just have to do it the long way. You can't use gravity to your advantage. Huge stack in a bomb site B. They're going at it, and that is going to be 4 full-blown pistols going straight up against those terrorists. Frost Misty doing his job, getting a double kill. Forge bringing it into the third. They are going to get that bomb plant down regardless of whether they can win it or not. It's 2 versus 5, and I think maybe a part of... Wait. Trip. Oh my god. Gets himself a double, but he's finally shut down, and... I mean, even with the 2-1 trade, that's not good enough. Even if both of the remaining terrorists had double kills there, it still wouldn't have been enough. So that's going to put $3,600 into the pockets of most of the CTs now, at the very least. So that being said, now we are going to be seeing 4 P250s and a Deagle coming out from the Team ZZCY side of things, and Team NXL is going to be having mostly rifles, but 2 FAMASs, 2 M4s, and 1 PP Bison. But I can definitely understand and respect the choice that Team ZZCY is making right now, because they've mostly only gone with upgraded pistols, no armor, nothing like that, because they want to be able to buy rifles next round. Ivy gets away with the refrag onto Roseo, and that might be a salvaged rifle onto one of the terrorists, but still not a given. Flank coming in, but it's just a second bullet didn't connect. That's all he needed, really, from Forged. Frost Misty is down. Oh, a lot of HP. Gets taken down after a P250 shot, and nearly a double kill coming in there from Ivy, but Bentet shuts him down, and although it turns into an expensive win, a win's a win, and they salvage all the rifles off the back of it. It's going to be another $3,500 venture for the counter-terrorists, but it's going to be a full-blown rifle round now here for Team ZZCY before Team NXL even have a chance to tie things up. Think of how this would have gone if the first round of the second half, as well as the second round of the second half, did not see bomb plants for Team ZZCY. They would, Team NXL would be at least on one more, I guess you could say, superior economy round before ZZCY would take it to a rifle round. Five AK-47s now out for Team ZZCY, and checking the positioning of things right now. Oh boy, they get the opening frag at B. Double kill here, courtesy of Outlet. And now, well, that's going to be a third one going to June after Azor makes a trade in the background. Double kill there for June. And this is just not looking pretty for Team NXL. I mean, that last round was kind of expensive for them. And check this out. Like, after 2 wins in a row, this is what makes it so difficult for them. I mean, those were not flawless victories, obviously, and in order for you to really put yourself in a position where you can afford to take a loss like that, you have to make 2 wins in a row on the CT side, because CT weapons are so much more expensive than T weapons. Team ZZCY now with 5 AK-47s going on the offensive, but Sawfong, nice sneaky tactic, is going to go ahead and get away with an AK-47. June brings it back to 4-4, however. Roseo with the 1 Deeg. Oh my god, wait a minute. What is this? What is this? Okay, so now Team NXL is... They're kind of working their way back into this. I like what they're doing, but Outlet... he has been spotted. He has revealed his position. He's revealed his position at A main. And neither of these two CTs actually have rifles on their person. Oh boy. Ballsy, he does go forward. Bentet does, and that is going to actually give him the AK-47. He says, wait, I hear something at mid. Outlet, rotating, reveals his position, and that's going to be Team NXL bringing it back and an economic reset for the terrorist side. For the most, force buy. Still, what we have coming from the CT side is pretty solid right now. Force buy is, of course, not amazing coming from Team ZZCY. We got a UMP as well as a Galil. We've got 4 rifles coming from the Team NXL side of things as well as an AWP. And this has kind of been a pretty close map number 2 here. Bentet, just he's in the right place, right time. Looking for that double. He's going to find it. Triple? No, he's shut down on that prospect. But Roseo does get the return frag for a little bit of HP. Anti-entry from Frost Missy. This is just sick SWAT tactics. It's like, what was map number 1 compared to this? Because Team NXL, they are coming back in swinging form, and Team ZZCY, well, they are kind of stuck tucking their tails on this one. They haven't even gotten the bomb plant down. I think at most they stand to win $1,900, and that might put them at, you know, if it's a force buy, it's not going to be, there shouldn't be any force buy. It should just be upgraded pistols at most next round, I think. So last man standing is going to be Trip, and he is headed out towards bomb site A. I think at this point he's just going to be very content to hold on to his weapon because he knows the situation that the rest of his team is going to be in. The counter-terrorists are not going to budge. They're not going to go hunting this guy down. They're not going to get arrogant. But basically, we've got 30 seconds of fill time. So, once again, a huge shout-out to all of our... Well, I guess I jinxed it there. Once again, a huge shout-out to all of our partners, as well as sponsors. That would be Twitch.tv, CSGOLounge.com, also HLTV.org, and last but not least, G2A.com. Finally, I would also like to remind you all that we have a factory new knife skin giveaway below this stream window. If you guys just click on the picture of the M9, you'll be redirected to a Gleam.io giveaway. And from there, you should have a very simple set of commands that you can use to enter the giveaway. Just a moment, guys. Sorry about that. Well, right now, 10-10 in terms of round score. ZZCY again on that. Well, wait, forced buy. Oh boy, that's not good. Well, it's been 2 for 1 now in favor of the T's in terms of trades. They got in very quickly, got the bomb plant down, and now they have to hold. They have to hold their ground. Waiting on vents. Amazingly dodges an AWP bullet through all of this. And he's going to be shut down now by Swafong. Very nice. He's one of the team carries for real. That's going to be the worm on the hook, though, June is. While his teammate should be covering him, but it's 1 versus 1 now. P2K. Flashbang versus rifle, and that's going to be June bringing it out with 1 HP. Jeez. Team ZZCY manages to get away with that win. That may have just been the critical turning point in all of this. Alright, there we go. Very one-sided map number 1 coming out from NXL as well as Team ZZCY. I'm sorry, from Team ZZCY, taking it to 16-0 against Team NXL, but now, I mean, it looks a little bit closer, to say the very least. Both sides going for nearly equal buys. The real deviation would be in the form of an AWP from Ivy. He does have that on his person. Outlet getting the opening frag into B. Looks like they found the Achilles heel of the CT side, and It's going to be 3v3 now, as we have NXL working their way back in. By the way, if I'm pronouncing Bentet's name wrong, you guys can always tweet at MixBotTV and let us know. Interesting. Ivy says, well, I guess that was a dud. Now the flank is coming in from Eat. Basically, the crossfire was there, and all three of the terrorists got all three of the counter-terrorists almost completely flawlessly. You couldn't ask for a better outcome in that situation. So now Team NXL are on Eco for potentially until the 14th round. They could play to avoid overtime, I guess you could say, or they could play for overtime, but that would simply not be favorable to them. That is to say, playing for overtime. 3 AK-47s, an M4, and AWP coming out from Team ZZCY. Trip is going to be making his encroachment onto A main, and he does so with very little in the way of consequence to himself. Execution left and right. I mean, just feels like he's executing foes left and right. That's what I mean to say. Finally, he does get shut down by Bentet. And it's going to be Frost Misty finding the flank onto Outlet. Ooh, the USP doing this much damage. Can they make the retake happen? I mean, it was at 1.3v3, but I guess that prospect has been seriously just now shut down. Bentet alone with the P2K, no rifle on his person is going to make this very difficult. And Team ZZCY take it up to 13 rounds now. Team NXL might have a difficult choice to make. Do they hold their breath now and wait for one more round to get a more complete buy, or do they go for the full buy right now? And oh boy. Oh boy, well, this could be, if they can get this one on the board. If they can get this one on the board without the enemy team planting the bomb, I'd say Team ZZCY will be in a not so hot force buy position next round. Bentet waiting for someone to venture over the top mid there that Eat is facing right now. Escape via flashbang made by Trip, as this assault onto A main. I'm sorry, this assault onto Squeaky was not successful for him. Very big stack onto bomb site B right now. There's not a whole lot. I mean, they're actually walking in quite calm and collectedly. So, Forged, he's kind of in a bit of trouble right there. If he gets hit in the head, he's gone. But he doesn't have a helmet anyway. Trip might be running in through vents pretty soon to get into bomb site B. But Frost Misty is going to be on position there very shortly to help out. Forged, he's cornered right now. But he does manage to get the frag that he's looking for. Teammates have got to respond appropriately. Bentet goes in through vents, and if Frost Misty didn't get him, then Bentet would have gotten a double kill, courtesy of Ivy. So it looks like the force buy was most certainly an appropriate choice made by Team NXL. I wouldn't say the force buy, but the rifle buy. There we go. One player missing a rifle, and Bentet's going to pick it up. Going to be 5 rifles coming out from Team ZZCY this time around. However, we're going to be having about... hello, that was actually pretty interesting. Roseo got hit with a couple of bullets through metal. I think Bentet did too. Did I see that right? Maybe. But that's a big A stack now. They're actually going through main right at this particular moment in time. Swafong looking for his angle is unable to actually get a frag in all of this. And now we see 5 versus 3. 5 versus 2 now as Outlet comes in through mid. And, well... That was... Force buy to avoid overtime now might be the name of the game for Team NXL. If not, they're going to have to play to avoid overtime. This was just... I don't know how to describe it. That round was just poopy for NXL. They didn't want anything to do with... I'm sorry, not... How to say it? They didn't say they didn't want anything to do with that, but I mean, it just felt like 5-0 is certainly not optimal trading for starters. But secondly, they also lost all of their weapons going into what is this round, and it looks like they are going to be saving as much money as they can to go into the... what's the word I'm looking for? to go into the final round, playing for overtime. This is match point now for Team ZZCY. Alright, well, the force buy is coming out yet again. Last time they were in this situation, they did manage to bring it to one round victory for themselves. But I do believe they are saying their prayers right now, as basically Team ZZCY are loading their ones in the chamber. Forged. We get the opening frag, so not too terribly bad whatsoever. Rose-AU. Still just lurking around A main. Looks like Swafong is lurking back towards mid as June actually managed to sneak in. That could actually be the critical play on the bomb site B, as we now are going to have 3 players going in from 3 different directions. This is not how you're supposed to get into the bomb site if you're June. I mean, like, did someone get fragged up mid and then just everything else happened? But Bentet playing the smoke quite well. Throwing in now Flashbang to survive for dear life, is nearly able to get a triple kill, but is refragged, rather avenged by Roseo as a teammate. Nicely done, nicely done. What happened there was June somehow snuck up mid, and he got into mid, and he was able to get right in front of CT spawn and then work his way into bomb site B from there. That's not a spot that you're supposed to let your enemy get at on the CT side. You're supposed to always have someone on mid. Always. But right now it is looking like 5 AKs from Team ZZCY, and Team NXL's, you know, they're on 5 rifles, but it's not 5 AKs, not 5 M4s. No uniform buy whatsoever, but the pressure's on here. If they play for the win now, they're playing for overtime. That is what they need if they want to win. Smoke coming in. Still waiting for that move to come in, but Outlet looks like he's found the opening frag of the round, and might want to take things over to his TV for a minute. Frost Misty manages to get a trade in all of this. Eat manages to bring it to one more. He's shut down now at bomb site B. Outlet should be very much aware of what's going on here. Swafong is just firing through smoke as well. He's trying to hit whatever he can. Respectable choice, but there's just nothing to be seen there. That's Ivy. Bomb plant has been made, and the clock is ticking. The CTs have to make that move for it. Ivy not really trying to overpeak any angle here. They know that this is do or die time now. They throw in the execution utilities, and it just doesn't work out. A rain of fire in the form of bullets goes down on them, and Outlet manages to get a triple kill by the end of this map. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to bring the map score to 2-0 in favor of our Chinese team, ZZCY. It was very nice to see them play for the second time in our tournament system. And with that being said, we're now going to take things into a short break. But first, I want to remind you all that we have a factory new bayonet knife skin giveaway. So with that being said, you guys may enter it by typing !raffle and then clicking on the bit.ly link that Nightbot gives you. That's method number 1. Method number 2, you can enter by clicking on the picture of the skin that you see below the stream on twitch.tv. Before we go to a short break, I would like to go ahead and give a huge shout out, a huge thank you to all of our sponsors and partners. That would be twitch.tv, G2A.com, HLTV.org, and last but not least, CSGOLounge.com. We would certainly like to thank them first and foremost for all of the viewership that we have. So that's it for me, guys. We'll be back in a few minutes with our next match, which will be what you see here. AC-130 versus Enface. 2 Chinese teams. Don't go away.